Welcome to Channel 9 News, segment History at 8. I'm your host, Bree Worth, and today we have a special guest, Haley DeVitt, with signs, special effects, and editing done by Lily Rayburn. Today on Channel 9 News, we welcome the young historian Haley DeVitt to discuss how advancements in technology during World War I led to a type of warfare that would change the way that the world fights forever. Good morning.
Good morning.
So World War I was considered the beginning of a modern warfare. What are your opinions on that statement?
I believe that new technology such as chemical warfare, new weapons, and the aircraft introduced in World War I undoubtedly led to the beginning of modern warfare.
Yes, so you mentioned chemical warfare. Could you elaborate?
Yes, chemical warfare was an extremely prominent weapon used in the battles between Germany and other nations. German troops attacked the enemy with chlorine and mustard gases, which would cause the skin, eyes, and lungs of those affected to blister, making it very hard for the enemy to fight back.
Was Germany the only country to use chemical warfare in World War I?
After Germany launched their first chemical warfare attack, Britain began to develop chemical weapons as well. And when the United States joined the war effort, it brought chemical weapons in. In all, chemical warfare accounted for about 500,000 injuries and 30,000 deaths during World War I. This early version of chemical warfare has led to newer developments of the chemical warfare we see today.
So chemical weapons were obviously a big impact. Were there any other major weapons that significantly led to modern warfare today?
Well, the invention of the tank as well as submarines and U-boats absolutely influenced the development of modern warfare weapons.
How did tanks specifically aid to this?
The first tank was built by the British in 1916, and obviously tanks are a very widely and commonly used device in any war conflict today. And the first tank was built for the purpose of penetrating enemy lines, and it had problems, but those were eventually improved. And no machine like this had been seen before. It was a very powerful weapon. Over time, this tank led to the modern-day tanks that you see in the military today.
I see. The tank was a ground weapon, but to my understanding, there was also the aircraft invented by the time of World War I, so how did planes contribute to this war?
Well, in 1915, a French pilot flew an airplane equipped with a machine gun, which was the first time a fighter airplane had ever been used, and it wasn't actually attached, he just had it in there. But because the ground combat was getting nowhere with trench warfare, air fights became the most significant battles, and they improved their fighter airplanes.
So how were these airplanes useful to the war before the machine gun was attached to make it a fighter airplane?
Before they became fighter airplanes, the aircraft was used just to collect information about the enemy and where they were, and just kind of almost a spying.
I see. So, I also heard you mention U-boats, which in World War I, Germany is very well known for. So could you expand on the U-boats' debut in World War I?
Germany first developed long-range U-boats that could individually carry 12 torpedoes each and held 35 men. And they found them to be extremely beneficial, and they had 375 U-boats that sunk 119 Allied ships, not including merchant or passenger ships.
Could you emphasize on the amount of destruction that just Germany's U-boats caused the Allied ships?
Well, to put it into perspective, a single German U-boat, known as the U-35, was responsible for damaging 10 ships and sinking a total of 226. German U-boats account for many casualties and deaths of both troops and civilians during World War I.
Wow, just one ship with so much destruction. Imagine what 375 of them could do. So, was Germany the only country in World War I to put in use the submarine?
No, actually, the United States was already in possession of submarines, though modern-day submarines are the result of Germany's U-boats, which contain the new and advanced technology of the time.
All this new technology proved World War I to be a very innovative time. Do you think that these advancements caused World War I to become a worldwide clash?
The weapons that emerged in World War I certainly contributed to how big the conflict grew to be. And because of the size of the war and all the new technology, there were many more casualties than anyone had ever seen before. approximately 16.5 million deaths and 20 million casualties occurred throughout World War I.
Thank you. Well, I think that is all that we will have time for today. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge on the weapons and technology in World War I with us. This has been Channel 9 News. We'll see you tomorrow.